What up, guys? Welcome back to Something on Sports podcast featuring my guy, Mr. Non-Biased Ricky. Say what's up to the people, Ricky.
We're gonna knock them out tonight, fellas.
Yes, sir. Today we have a fire topic. Cameron and Mace have been going hard the last 2 days about the way that Tank and Money Mayweather should settle their differences, and they say that they should get it on in the ring. So we're going to start right there. We're going to talk about the fight this weekend a little bit. We'll probably talk about a few more things boxing related from there. But in your honest opinion, how do you think that Floyd and Tank should handle this beef that they have?
There's no way to handle it. Floyd is too old. I believe he getting that match, that fight with Tank. He's going down. He's gonna get his ass whooped. I don't care how much Philly shell you got. It's gonna be an eggshell when that little Mighty Mouse hit you. That little boy, that dude is serious with them hands. Like he said, he's been training since he's 7 years old and been competing since he was 8. So he's got it's second nature to him, and he's back and he's ready to go. I don't really know a fighter out there at this present time that can mess with Tank, man. Tank is an issue. He pound for pound, he's top. Man, him and Crawford.
Oh yeah, Crawford's top. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Him and Bud, pound for pound. That's 1 and 2. You pick your favorite.
Here's where I feel. I agree with you. I'm disappointed in Cam and Mace because they're just like, we got to take Floyd until the champ loses or whatever the case is. Well, that nigga ain't fought in about a decade. You know what I'm saying? And like the argument is always, well, he stays in shape. He's sparring. There's a difference. There's a difference between sparring and fighting a championship level boxer in front of the whole world with regular size gloves and no headgear. Now, I'm one of the biggest Floyd Mayweather fans of all time.
Me too.
All time. I will always cap for Floyd Mayweather. Some people may call it glaze, pause, but I just really rock with Floyd. But just knowing how boxing is as a sport, you can't take 10 years off and then just hop back in the ring with the top challenger and knock him out,
Look how he did. Look how he fought with McGregor. Like he wasn't in tip top shape then, and McGregor hit him. Like McGregor actually hit him. You know what I'm saying? And I know he probably ain't trained hard for that fight, but Tank is a different animal, bro. That joker, he has 27 knockouts out of 30 wins, 29 wins, or something like that. It is insane, bro. Like he called it brick for a reason, because that brick you going down, man. And like I said, Floyd, like 10 years or however long he hasn't fought, that's a long time to get in boxing shape. And then you're older. He don't stand a chance with Tank. So the only way to handle this is through social media and talking shit. That's the only way this can be handled. Honestly.
I feel I do want to say some things though, because I'm not gonna just sit here on my platform and be like, oh yeah, Tank gonna knock him out. I think Tank wins the fight. I don't know about that, because of the simple fact that as strong as Tank is at 135, 147 is a different weight, and Mayweather, he's boxed. Even he's fought Canelo, and Canelo was like 150, 100. So Tank's punches might not hurt as much as they're going to hurt somebody who's 135 pounds.
That was plus.
But Floyd's never really been knocked down. So all the power punchers and all these powerful boxers he's fought in his own weight class and heavier weight classes, none of them can knock him down. But I do think that in a fight, I just don't know if I think Floyd has the stamina at 47. I don't know if he's not going to be faster than Gervonta, because Gervonta's smaller than him. So Gervonta's probably going to be smaller, faster than him. So it's just going to be a different kind of fight. Floyd's not going to knock Tank out. So it's like when you're watching this fight, neither one of these niggas is going to get going until about the 3rd or 4th round. So it's going to be a rough looking fight for like 3-4. It's going to be an ugly fight for 3 or 4 rounds. Yeah. It's going to be a nasty 3 rounds of boxing. Before we finally get to a little bit of action in round 4, round 5. But just because they're both slow starters, I can just see this fight really not getting started until round 6, because you still can't figure a nigga out who's not giving you nothing in the first 3 rounds. So
I just don't see at this point in time. I understand Floyd's the greatest. I put him as my GOAT. I mean, some people got Ali, you know what I'm saying? Some people might say Mike Tyson. But watching the way Floyd fought the last little, he called scrimmage fights. Like, I know he wasn't training, wasn't in shape. I know you say he never been knocked down, but that's when that Philly shell was in prime status. Now, moms ain't gonna go up fast enough or down low enough. If a Tank get hold to him, man, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. This young man is in his prime right now. We talking about taking a aged boxer to go fight. Like I said, top 1 or 2 pound for pound fighter in the world. Bro. That's tough, man. I know Floyd stats, and I get it, but
You think so? You think that Floyd's the best, the GOAT boxer?
I do.
I don't see. I can't. For me, I can't look at GOAT boxers like that because it's hard to compare a heavyweight to like a welterweight to like a
That's
a lightweight.
why you get the pound for pound title. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
if
I
he
get. I
was
get.
this size, would he do the same thing with the rest of the boxers? And I think he would because nobody was hitting him. Nobody
Yeah,
could
but
touch him.
yeah, but when you're a heavyweight, you got to knock people out. I don't think a Philly shell style is gonna win you in the heavyweight division because it's just a different kind of fighting style. But I think that Marvelous Marvin Hagler or Sugar Ray Leonard might be able to beat that nigga. They only have losses on their record is because them niggas was fighting each other. Duran, you know what I'm saying? Hitman Tommy Hearns. That was a rough time for that division, bro. That was the roughest.
That division was tough during that time. And also, what is Floyd? What type of boxer is Floyd Mayweather?
He's defensive.
He's a defensive fighter. Those guys there, they went throwing haymakers, bro. So I think Floyd would have a good time with those guys bobbing and weaving those little hits.
Sugar Ray did both. Sugar Ray was very active defensively and he was very active offensively. That's why he was such a great boxer because he was the best of both worlds.
See what Marvin did to him though.
He beat Marvelous.
But you see what he did to him.
Yeah.
Marvin, because he's a brawler, bro. Like that's what he go in there and he's throwing nothing but haymakers the entire, and he fucked Sugar Ray up for real.
But I'm saying I don't know if I think that Marvin could or Floyd could just withstand 12 rounds of this nigga throwing punches because I don't feel like anybody in the era that we've been in besides maybe Mayorga, but Mayorga was such an undisciplined fighter. That's why his punches would hit so hard. What's that?
Pacquiao threw punches, bro. He threw punches left. That's why everybody was saying he won that fight, even though he was missing. He threw a lot of punches that fight.
I mean, I'm not gonna knock Pacquiao. He's good, but I don't think that Pacquiao's boxing style is conducive to fighting against Floyd. I just don't think that they match up well against each other. I always thought
that's what I'm saying though. I think that's the same. Pacquiao has the same style.
Pacquiao don't fight nothing like Hagler. Just because you come forward doesn't mean you fight the same. So like they don't fight nothing alike. I don't know if I could see it being that. Well, anyway, let's get back on topic. We can come back here in a second, right? So some of the things that have come up in this whole Floyd and Tank situation, Floyd's kind of being nasty right now. Like Floyd, the night of the fight, posted on all of his socials that the fight was canceled. Floyd dropped the sparring tape on Haney versus Tank.
That was after the fight.
Yeah. But I'm saying he's been super nasty, last week. Floyd fired Leonard Ellerbe, replaced him with Richard Schaefer. I believe Richard Schaefer was Tank's partner before, and I think Tank went and got Leonard Ellerbe to be his partner. So it's like they got a lot of shady activity going on with each other right now. I mean, what do you think? What do you think about Floyd breaking the unwritten rule and dropping that sparring tape or that diss track?
I think Haney is a Floyd Mayweather's fighter. So with that being said, that's just a little marketing tool for him to use. Like, look, he was whooping up on Tank at the age of 16. You know what I'm saying? And because the simple fact is he got his ass whooped by Garcia. Like,
right.
He got destroyed by Garcia. If he would have won that fight, I don't think Frank Martin would have been on this fight card this whole time. I think it would have been him or the next fight. But right now, like you talking all this shit, calling Tank name, but you just got knocked the fuck out. And then by the man that made Garcia had to bend the knee.
Right. He got punched in the liver and was like, oh, he got punched in the side and was like, oh, no, we done, sir. We done.
So I just don't see why he would think he even has a chance. I watched that fight. I watched that entire fight, him against Garcia. He didn't really pinch Garcia. Garcia beat that boy ass.
Right.
I just don't see why he wouldn't. Like I said, it's a money thing. It's a money grab for Floyd. Floyd can't do nothing but talk shit. He can't go put them gloves on because I really don't think he can. I don't think he can anymore.
Right.
He was 50?
47?
Yeah, so buddy. That's I
And
just don't see it, CJ. I don't see it.
He hasn't had a real boxing match since 2015. So, I mean, again, he hasn't fought in so long, and I don't want to be that fan. I mean, I'm going to be real with you. I don't want to be that fan because I would love to see Floyd fight again. Because I mean, I grew up watching Floyd. I don't think people understand when you talk about all of us. You're my age group. You're my age bracket.
Right.
I've been messing with Floyd since he was Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah,
I've been messing with Floyd. Pause. So long. You remember Knockout Kings? Kings 99. I used to use Floyd Mayweather and fight motherfuckers when they was using Muhammad Ali or whoever. Like Floyd has always been my boxer. You know what I'm saying? So like, I like watching this dude box so freaking much.
He's amazing.
Right. I don't want to watch him lose. The only other boxer I like more than Floyd Mayweather, even though Floyd's not my GOAT, is Terence Crawford. And that's because I know him. You know what I'm saying? Like I know him personally.
He from Nebraska, so
he from the baby.
You're not finna goddamn.
That's where I'm from.
I know that's exactly why you love him so much. I ain't no fool.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Nah, that motherfucker from the hometown. You better goddamn, bro.
Yeah, but I know him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that don't count for nothing.
And that's honestly, that's like my second favorite fighter. Like right now, I mean, well, outside of Mayweather, even though he retired, but I love watching Bud, man, because he take on all comers and he don't really say shit but knock your ass out.
Right, and he be trying to get all the fights, but they be ducking him. And so then you see what happens when he finally gets the fight. Right, you see what finally happens when he gets the fight. He knocks him out. It doesn't matter if it's Sean Porter. It doesn't matter if it's Errol Spence. It doesn't matter if it's these dudes who've never been knocked out before. Terence Crawford going to show up to knock you out. That's what he's coming to do.
And it's so funny that little Tank, he talking shit to Errol Spence.
I mean, why would he not? I mean, I don't know if I would be scared of Errol Spence because Terence Crawford basically showed you the recipe on how to beat Errol Spence. Now, granted, everybody can't switch and go back and forth, but he exposed a lot about Errol Spence and how he's flat foot and everything like that. Tank moves around pretty well. He gets hit a lot though, so I don't know if Tank.
I was about to say that.
Tank, yeah, I don't know if Tank wants to fight Errol Spence though.
He get mad when he get hit though.
Right.
You look at like even the fight of the other day when Buddy caught him with a nice straight jab, straight. And that joker said, "Oh shit!" And then after that, bro, after that third round, it was over with. I'm talking about he caught him a couple more times. He had a little ding on his face or whatever, but he whooped that boy. But and then I ain't think Frank Martin hit that hard because you watch that fight, like he literally started putting his arms down. He was fighting that man like this right here, and then winding up, punching, just swinging and knocking him out. So I guess that experience took over after a while.
See, the best fight I can see for Tank coming up forward, because I think he's going to sign against, and he's in talks right now to fight Lomachenko.
Yeah,
so
that's a great fight, Lomachenko.
They're trying to set up something for November, but I'm sick of Lomachenko getting opportunities when he keeps losing everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sick of that shit. And then
that's really
like
the next fight.
Y'all talking about this dude's Olympic record still, but let's talk about his real life record. What does he have, like 2 or 3 losses on his record right now? And he's only got like 17, 18 fights or something like that. Like, bro, we can't do that. We can't just make up what we think is important for records. You know what I mean? Right. Like, let me go look at his record real quick. But I think that the next fight for Tank that I would like to see is against Shakur Stevenson. Now,
I don't think that's gonna be a good fight either. He ain't ready yet.
I think Shakur is probably the most ready, though. He's the one who's boxing and sparring with Crawford, but what Shakur needs is a fighter that's going to come forward, and they're not putting those fights forward for him. So when you got two counter punchers fighting each other, it just makes the fight look boring because Shakur's he's a defensive fighter. He's like Floyd. He doesn't want to come forward. He wants you to come forward and he wants to react off your punches. And it's like the last few fights that they've set up for Shakur, it's been against another counter puncher, and that's not the fight we want to see. We need to see you fight Tank, or we need to see you fight, Ryan Garcia. We need to see you fight anybody.
You consider Tank a counter puncher? I mean, a defensive fighter?
No, I'm saying that's who they've been having Shakur fight as defensive fighters.
I thought you said both of them were the same style. And I don't think.
I was saying all of the Shakur's past 2 fights have been fighters similar to him. So you can't put 2 defensive fighters against each other because nobody want to watch that shit. I either want to watch 2 niggas that come at each other. Pause. Hey, yo, that was crazy,
you
bro.
You own one today, ain't you? You own one today.
Hey, yo.
You own one.
Pause, nigga. Pause that too,
Everything,
nigga.
bro. You, God.
Uh, but I don't. Nobody wants to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Two
feel you.
defensive fighters. We want to watch two people that are going to be aggressive or an aggressive and a defensive fighter because they match each other's tendencies. You know, you're going to see who's going to win, the offensive fighter or the defensive fighter. You know, it sets up a good story. When you set up two defensive fighters, there's no story there. You know.
Well, I know Tank. He already shut down the Shakur Stevenson shit, so that's not gonna happen.
Did he?
Yeah, he already shut that down. I think it'll be Lomachenko the next one. Shakur, he still got a. I don't think he's ready to fight Tank anyway. So Devin Haney, he showed his hand. It's either gonna be Lomachenko or it's gonna be a Ryan Garcia rematch at a different weight. That's what I see. Because I know I saw something that Tank said he'll knock Garcia ass out again. I don't really. It was a headline. So
yeah, those two are funny to me, man. Because it's like they always be like, okay, so what is this? Why can't I get his record? I know he's got 3 losses. I don't know how many wins he has though. He's 18-3, right? And we're still putting Lomachenko in our top 10. Well, not I, said the black guy. But they're still putting him in the top 10 pound for pound based off of, okay, you got 390 amateur wins, but those niggas were amateurs. They were not professionals. You know, that's why you're moved up and now you're fighting professionals and you're losing fights is because you were fighting amateurs for so long. If you've been fighting, if you're a 15-year amateur or a 10-year amateur, you better be better than a 1-year or 2-year amateur. You know what I'm saying?
They had that. They were showing Frank Martin his opponents list. I was looking at something on social media. He had his opponents list, and he got like 10 or 11 fights where people ain't even got 0 wins. It was a whole bunch of fights where he got 0 wins, 18 losses, but he was 18-0, and he had so many knockouts or whatever. So
that's what
that record thing again. Shakur Stevenson, who he fought, who has he beat?
You're right. He beat some champions though. He is a champion, so there's a difference.
He's a champion, but who did he beat?
I mean, he beat somebody who had a belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. I mean, at least, hey, yo, that's always my shit. If you win a championship, at least you beat a nigga with a belt. You know what I'm saying? So, he may not have been the greatest champion, but beating a champion is better than fucking beat Frank Martin's record. You know, and that's kind of why when those two were going to fight, they were supposed to fight last summer, Shakur and Frank Martin, but they couldn't work out the contract because Frank Martin thought he was the A side, and Shakur Stevenson was like, "Bitch, I'm the champ. How? Nobody even knows who the fuck you are. Who have you fought? You know?" So you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. You know, he doesn't have the greatest record, Shakur, but he's fought some decent fighters. You know, shit, he beat Oscar Valdez. He beat Oscar Valdez when Oscar Valdez was 30-0.
His first belt was a vacant belt, so he ain't beat nobody for that belt. It was vacant, and it was Woet Gonzalez. Who that?
Yeah, but if you go look through his boxing rec, I mean, I get that.
I'm looking now.
Yeah. I mean, he's fought starting back when he was like, what, in his 8th fight or something, he started picking up steam. He's fighting niggas that are 21 and 22-1. I mean, I know Jesse Crease Rosales isn't no great boxer, but his first loss was to Stevenson in his 8th fight. So he's already fighting up when he's first getting started. I'm just saying, and the same with Christopher Diaz-Velez, his first loss was to Shakur Stevenson too. He was 24-0.
I'll take the 0, what is it, the 1 loss bandit or some crazy something like that, because he giving out everybody their first loss.
Tank, yeah.
And if he fights Shakur, he gonna get Shakur his first loss too.
Don't do Shakur like that, man.
I'm looking at. I'm doing a little quick search, man. I don't see no one on here that is even in the. Yeah, not even in the. Yeah, man. I don't see nobody in the top 50 boxing that he's beat, bro. Nobody that you got to be a real boxing fanatic.
Dog, you should know who. Well, I mean, I guess a lot of people don't watch super featherweights, but that nigga was nice. Oscar Valdez was nice before you know, he ran into the ring with the wrong one with Shakur, but he was straight, bro. He was the champ for a minute.
Unanimous decision. They ain't gonna make it to that.
You don't think so?
No.
Yo, you gotta hit Shakur though. You gotta hit him. I'm not saying I think Shakur is gonna win the fight. What I'm saying is I don't know if I think it's as cut and dry as everybody thinks it is because of their.
Of course, it's a puncher's chance in boxing anytime. You know what I'm saying? It's never cut and dry. But
I mean, I don't see there being a chance that Shakur is going to knock him out. So I see just think about he's much quicker and he's a better defender than Tank.
He better be able to hit. Tank can take a hit.
All you gotta do is keep somebody off you. Floyd showed us that his whole career. Floyd couldn't punch harder no more at the end of his career. All he had to do is defense, keep you off you, and I'll punch you.
Sounds good. That's what I guarantee. It's what Frank Martin said too. I guarantee it. Ryan Garcia said, man, that was so funny though. He brought doggone when he came out and he had that Ghostbusters playing, bro. I died. Because that he called Frank the Ghost Martin. He had that Ghostbusters playing, man. I was out there crying at this dude. I was like, this dude's an idiot.
Right.
But you got to be able to punch the fight Tank, man, because he'll walk through your shit. He'll walk through it because I don't think Frank Martin had a lot of punching power.
Yeah, I will say this for somebody. I mean, I don't want to say he's small, but he's short as fuck. But he's a little thicker. Yeah. But for somebody so short, I don't understand how he can take the punches he can take because the other punchers are bigger. That they can get more leverage into a punch because he's only 5'5". Nigga 5'10" punch and you can strike down on you and hit you in some weird angles.
5'5", 130. That shit crazy.
and then I don't understand how this 5'5" nigga can get in and throw punches. Now I will say this though. I watched this interview with Bud Crawford again today because it just came up on my YouTube feed when he was on the Breakfast Club, but it was only like a 3-minute snippet, and it was like, what were your toughest fights? And he was like, Ugas and
Ugas gave him hell.
Yeah, but he said because them niggas were small. And so it's like, Ugas and the other nigga, I forget what his name is, but they're smaller fighters. And he's like, it's hard because they're so small, they can dart in and out. And when you're smaller, you're typically quicker and faster. So it's like these niggas, he was getting in on me and hit me, and I was missing him. He's like, I was missing him by like an inch every time. He was like, so then I had to adjust, and he adjusted, and I adjusted, and then I got it figured out, and won the fight. And Gamboa, I think Gamboa was what he was talking about, who was so little, it was hard for him he couldn't see him, he couldn't catch him because he wasn't used to fighting anybody that small. His punches weren't landing where they were supposed to.
That makes sense.
So maybe that,
down low though. He does remind me of Tyson though, the way his fighting style is, because he is so small and he had to fight people with longer reach and things like that. He got to get in there, but he take a lot of he ain't got the head movement as Tyson did, but he take a lot of punches.
He be active though.
But if he hits you, I don't know what it is. That little Joe, he knocking people out, and it's funny to me.
Yo, what's crazy to me was, dog, he hit Frank Martin with that uppercut, right? And then that hook was so fucking clean after that uppercut. That nigga knew he wanted to fight. That was crazy to me. As soon as he landed the punch, he was done. He ran over the corner, didn't even look at that nigga. He was like, this motherfucker's over, dog. I was like, yeah, right.
And then at the end of the fight, during his interview, he was like, when you hit him with that punch for the knockout, he was like, it wasn't that. Look at the uppercut. Watch the uppercut. He's like, ooh. Oh, he got a brick hand.
Oh no, I mean, I'm not capping. I'm not lying. That uppercut was nasty. So it was like, it
didn't even look like it, but it must have hit something serious, boy.
It did, because when he went immediately, like you got hit when your arms go like this. You know what I'm saying? When you fly back with the punch and you're scrambling, like you don't even got your hands up no more. Nigga, that nigga punched the shit out of you, because normally if you get punched in the face, you cover your face up and shit.
That uppercut knocked him out.
Back. What's that?
The uppercut knocked him out the ropes. Helped him and hurt him at the same time, because if he wouldn't have got them ropes, he probably would have been on the floor. He wouldn't have had to take that brick.
I think that he still might have fell coming off the rope. I don't think the uppercut knocked him out. I think the uppercut was going to knock him down. I think the hook,
that's what I mean, knocked down. That's why I said saved him from falling, and then he sat on the ropes and just left himself vulnerable as hell.
Right. That nigga was looking for a hug, had his hands out and everything. Like, come on, let's just hug this out. Tank said nope.
He calculated that motherfucking last pink. He calculated that bitch. He was like, okay, right here.
Right.
Over with. It was
and
bad.
just knew it was over. Knew it was over.
That was
You know,
bad.
you know what sucks the most about the whole Tank and Floyd shit is I really genuinely like both these two dudes as boxers.
Right.
As boxers, they have some personal life issues I may not necessarily fuck with, but we just watch the sport and we enjoy. What's that?
So I'll never deal with people's personal life.
Yeah, it's not.
Whatever they
I
do
don't
on
know.
their personal life that's them.
Yeah, because I could say some shit, but I'll probably get canceled. I'm gonna say it to Ricky offline. I'll give some of my thoughts offline. I ain't trying to get the podcast canceled already, but I think we got a good place there, man. You got anything else you want to add before we cut this one out?
Nah, man, I'm good. I still don't think Floyd need to put them boxing gloves back on, man. Keep that 50-0 record and just go on home, man. Sit down, because I think Tank will get you.
Take it home, right? Yeah. Take it home. You know,
take that undefeated record. You 1 of 1 right now.
All right.
Don't go get sanctioned to box fight this little joker and then he knock your ass out, your old ass.
All right.
But that's my take.
Y'all. All right, y'all. That's what we got for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all, drop a whole elbow on the like button. Hit subscribe, that notification bell, all that good stuff. So every time we bring you guys a new video, you could be the first to see. We appreciate you guys' time as always, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Damn balloons.
Bro, how you keep getting balloons, bro?
They just come up automatically. I turn that shit off. I don't like that shit. It's kind of soft.
You must be on your phone?
No, I'm on my computer.